continuous time convolution integral. So see the question whether it is some convolution sum or convolution integral. Given below, y of t is equal to e power minus ut into u of t convolution with u of t plus 2. Here they have not given x of t separately, h of t separately. If it is not given, so preferably we take x1 and x2 respectively. So x1 I am taking the first term e power minus ut 2t into u of t, and x2 is u of t plus 2. So as soon as we take it x1 and x2, we have to represent it in the form of signal. You know how to do the diagram for e power minus u, e power minus 2t. So it is a decreasing curve, exponential graph. So the amplitude is x1 of t is equal to e power minus 2t. I no need to write u of t because u of t I have already implemented in the diagram. So 0 to infinity u of t is 1. So if you multiply with 1, it is same again. So e power minus u for 2t. Then you all know very well how to draw x2 of t. It is u of t plus 2. You know how to draw u of t. U of t is starting from the origin t plus 2. Plus 2 means it will start from minus 2. So these are the basic preliminary steps we have to follow. So as soon as we draw the diagram as per the expression, we have to write it for x1 of tau and x2 of t minus tau. That is the second step. So the second step, you know very well how to do that. So here, if you see in the screen, so I'm just taking the same diagram, but in terms of tau. So the highest amplitude is always 1. You know why? Because e power tau is 0. E power 0 is 1. Always the highest value is 1. So you can mark the amplitude as 1 here, no problem. And even unit step signal amplitude is also 1. So x2 of t minus tau, you know how to do that. T minus tau. This is the reciprocation of the previous graph, x2 of minus tau. Actually, this is x2 of minus tau. The shifting is x2 of minus tau. So I want t minus tau. So I'm sorry, this is not x2 of minus tau. This is x2 of tau only. X2 of t. So x2 of t minus tau is this diagram. So you know minus 2 means where it has to start. It has to start at plus 2. So after writing that, I will write the origin with tau. Tau is equal to t here. And in this place, tau is equal to t plus 2. This is very important. Identifying this value is very important, t plus 2. And now I want you people to guess it and tell me, if you compare this graph, tell me at what values of t I won't get output. Since it is t plus 2, I can take t plus 2. At what values of t plus 2, I won't get the output. Has anyone compared this? Yes, Ambika?
When t is less than minus 2.
T is less than minus 2. Normally, don't say directly like that because you may get confused. I told this is a hint, t plus 2 I should consider. T plus 2 when it is less than 0. Is it right? T plus 2 less than 0?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, because in this place I do not have any amplitude. So when this t plus 2 is less than 0, less than 0 means here. Here I have an amplitude of course, but here I do not have an amplitude. So when t plus 2 is less than 0, I won't get the output. After writing t plus 2 less than 0, I can write in terms of t by moving that number towards the other side. So when t is less than minus 2, I won't get the output. I think in this you do not have any doubt at all. And since both the signals are infinite, I will get only one output y of t. So I no need to scratch my head how many outputs will be there. I will be having only one output. So that output also I said how to write it. So my formula is y of t. Y of t is equal to integral. Later we will substitute the limit. X1 of tau into x2 of t minus tau into d tau. So as per the question, x1 of tau is e power minus 2 tau, and x2 of t minus tau, it is unit step, so it is 1 only. So I won't substitute anything here. And as I said in the previous problem itself, if it is greater than 0, t plus 2 is greater than 0, I should take that as the lower limit, and the t plus 2 should be taken as the upper limit. That's it. So if both are infinite, if I can find the value as t plus 2 or t minus 2 or t plus 3 like that, if I can find this, then that will be the upper limit. And the condition what I am writing here, greater than or equal to 0 or minus 1, whatever I will write here, that will be the lower limit. So I guess you have understood this, and you can do the integration and you can substitute the limit and you can get me the answer. See, I want you to reply once completed. What is the output or y of t expression? Yes. Are you people solving it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Have you got the answer?
1/2 into 1 minus e power minus 2 t plus 2
Okay. What
u
is,
of t plus 2.
yeah, well, u of t plus 2. If you do not write u of t plus 2, then instead what you will write? You will write
T is
t
greater than equal to.
minus 2. Okay, very good. So I hope you understood this clearly. I have not drawn the diagram. Okay. So you people can draw the diagram. You know how to draw the diagram. Your y-axis is y of t, that's such a big expression. Okay. And your x-axis is just t. And you know very well, since it is t plus 2, my output definitely will start at here what value? Minus 2. So I will get the values here. I will start, I will get the output from here itself, minus 2. So minus 1, 0. So my graph will start from here. So accordingly, you have to substitute the values here in this. So minus 2, if you substitute, you just guess minus 2 plus 2, this becomes 0. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So I will get at minus 2, the amplitude is 0. If I substitute minus 1 here, I may get some answer. So accordingly, I have to plot the graph. I don't know how the graph will come. So you have to plot it. You can leave the space. I hope you can follow this, how to complete the graph. So you can leave some space for completing the graph. So we will move on to the next problem. The fifth problem is very, very unique. I will solve some other typical problems, then I'll come back to the fifth problem. Now I will complete the sixth problem. You can copy this question. A continuous time LTI system has impulse response. So this is very, very unique and it is very easy. They have given impulse response in terms of diagram. Okay, they have not given any expression here. And they are asking you to find the output if the input is x of t is equal to delta functions, delta of t plus 1 or t minus 1 plus delta of t minus 2 plus delta of t minus 3. So how will you identify? We are going to use the convolution integral formula because h of t is given in the question, x of t is given in the question, and they have mentioned it is LTI system. So all these three things will help you to identify that we are going to find convolution integral. They have not used the word find convolution integral in the question. Instead, they have given impulse response, they have given x of t, and they are asking you to find the output. That output for which system? LTI system. So LTI system, if I want the output for x of t and h of t means I am supposed to find convolution integral. And one more thing in this problem is, if x of t is not unit step signal or not exponential signal. See, in all the earlier problems, if you see, your x of t or h of t was exponential, e power minus t or e power minus 3t, something like that, or it was in the form of u of t. Whereas in all the earlier problems, you did not face any summation of number of terms in the question. And also, one more thing in this problem is, they have given delta function. You know what is delta function? So delta function means, I will just draw here delta function, how to represent delta function in continuous time signal. With the arrow mark, the amplitude is 1 at the origin. This is delta of t. So delta of t does not have any width. It has only the amplitude. And since the first term is delta of t minus 1, I know where to draw t minus 1. So I will draw here. At plus 1, I will draw delta of t minus 1. So this is delta of t minus 1. Similarly, I know how to draw delta of t minus 2 plus delta of t minus 3. After drawing all the individual samples, individual signals, I have to add it together. But listen here, if the question is in terms of delta function, you no need to follow the procedure which we have followed in all the earlier problems. So what are the procedure we have followed? We try to represent both h of t and h of t in terms of diagram. After representing in terms of diagram, h of t, we will just perform the shifting operation, and then we use the formula and we will find the answer. But if delta function is given, we no need to go for the diagrammatic representation. Directly, I can use the formula, the simplest formula. You know, convolution integral, you have in terms of integration format. That formula no need to use if the input is in terms of delta function. So I can use this formula directly, x of t convolution with h of t. And I know what is x of t. X of t is the complete delta terms. I'm just substituting here delta of t minus 1 plus delta of t minus 2 plus delta of t minus 3 convolution with h of t. Okay. And we have a very well-known answer, ready-made answer, if I convolute delta function with h of t. The very well-known answer is h of t minus 1. So if you combine delta function with h function, my output is h function only. Okay. So I can write now delta of t minus 1 convolution with h of t as h of t minus 1. Similarly, plus I'm going to convolute these two now. Delta of t minus 2 convolution with h of t. It is h of t minus 2 plus third one, delta of t minus 3 convolution with h of t is h of t minus 2. So easily I got the output y of t without performing any integration, without doing any diagrams for x of t. So if x of t is in terms of delta, directly you can solve the problem, okay, using the formula x of t convolution with h of t. So you should know this formula, delta multiplied, delta convoluted with h becomes h only. Do you have any doubts in this up to this?
No, ma'am.
No. So now I have got the output in equation in a single step. Okay, but they may ask this question for 4 to 5 marks. So I should find separately what is h of t minus tau, what is h of t minus 2, what is h of t minus 3, and I have to add everything such that I will get the complete waveform for y of t. And I know my h of t in the question they have given like this. So with respect to 0, I have a triangle. So minus 1 plus 1 is the interval. So this is h of t. And I know how to get h of t minus 1. T minus 1 means towards the positive side, I have to do one shift. I have to do one shift. So now I will get the signal from 0 to 2. Earlier it was minus 1 to 1. Now I will get the signal from 0 to 2. Similarly, I know how to how to find h of t minus 2. T minus 2 means 2 times I have to shift my original h of t. So when I do shifting of 2 times, I will get the waveform between 1 and 2. So I hope you are all following this. It is very easy. And can anybody tell me, I want to draw in the same page. So what is my h of t minus 3? From where it starts? H of t minus 3?
2 to 4.
2 to 4. So t minus 3, 2 to 4. 2 and 4. Okay. So now you know how to add this. So I will see here 0. I do not have any amplitude at any of the signals. So my final signal, I will draw y of t here. Y of t at 0, I will mark 0 only. So I will first label the x-axis 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So now let me check at 1. At 1, I can see here my amplitude is 1, but I do not have any amplitude here. So 1 plus 0 is 1. Again here 0, so plus 0. So amplitude is 1 only. Here I will mark the amplitude 1. Okay. Now then at 2, let me see here. First diagram I have 0, but second diagram I have 1 and third diagram I have 0. So again at 2 my amplitude is 1. Now at 3, let me check. At 3 I do not have anything in the first diagram, and for second diagram I have 0 and third diagram I have an amplitude 1. So at 3 my amplitude is 1. And let me check at 4. 4, first two diagrams I do not have anything, and last diagram I have 0. So when I join everything, I will get the answer like this. So I hope you all understood this. So this is the easiest problem. If in the question, if delta function is given for the input x, closing your eyes, you can choose that problem in the exam. Easily you can get the answer without any struggle. Is everyone completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now I want to solve the typical problem which we may get in the exam. So let me just take the new screen. So I just want you to write the question. Obtain the convolution of 2. I'm just dictating the question. You write it. Everyone write it. Obtain the convolution of 2 continuous time functions given below. Continuous time functions given below. Also sketch the result. So once you have completed that sentence, you can take down this question which I am writing in the screen. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you mark this question 100 times important. Okay. So far we have seen the problems in terms of unit step or exponential. Never ever we have seen in terms of numbers. So this is the first problem we are solving if both the inputs are numbers. And you should attentively listen this problem. Otherwise, 100% you will not understand. So y of t is equal to 4 when t is between 0 and 2, and x of t is equal to when t is between minus 2 and 2. Shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now listen carefully. As usual, I'm going to plot the given x and y. So as usual, And you can ask me a question, ma'am, y of t is the output always, but here in the question itself they have given y of t. Please don't get confused. The question they have said obtain the convolution. Obtain the convolution. So since y of t is there in the question directly, I will take the new variable to represent my output. Okay. So I'm taking z as the output variable. Z of t is equal to convolution of my input signal x of t with the impulse signal y of t. Always x is always the x input. If they give some unknown variable instead of h, that we will consider as an impulse signal. I hope you are getting it. Normally impulse we use h, but here instead of h they are using y. So there is no problem if they use different variable. If y is impulse, then I cannot use y as the output again. I will take z of t as the output. So with this, I will start my diagram. So as per my problem, my original input is x of t and my impulse response is y of t. So x of t, I do not do any change. I will directly draw the diagram between -2 and +2. The interval is important. So the amplitude is 2. Okay, the amplitude is 2. I have completed the diagram x of t. And next step is I need to draw first y of t, that is nothing but impulse response as per the diagram, as per the question. Then later I will do shifting operation. So as per the question, what they said is between 0 and 2. So here they have mentioned t greater than or equal to 0, or t less than or equal to 2. So up to from 0 to 2, I'll be having an amplitude of 4. So up to this, everyone knows how to do it. The next step is we will do with tau term, tau. So x of tau is equal to, so the diagram will remain same, but only the variable I am changing it. That's it. So t I have replaced with tau -2 0 2.
first of that note
Next is
one earlier thing when I knew it clear ಅಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು.
okay. So next y of t. Y of t, how we will do it? Y of
T minus
y of t minus tau. So here there is a small one more extra step we will do. And from the question, we came to know that both are finite. See, if one signal is finite, we will feel big headache. Here, both are finite. So the headache will be much more difficult, much compared to the earlier problem. Both are finite. Okay. So now I will do one more intermediate step. If both are finite, if the question is in terms of numbers, so I will take minus tau first. Please understand, I will take minus tau. So 0 minus 2. So the amplitude is 4. The amplitude will never change. So I am following an extra step. What is that extra step? Instead of tau, t minus tau, I am doing minus tau first. Later I will go to y of t minus tau. If both the signals are finite, if the input is in terms of numbers, you have to do this extra diagram. Please understand extra diagram. Minus tau. Okay. Whereas this is same only 0 minus 2. Here there is no change in the x-axis thing, but the amplitude instead of t minus tau, I am doing minus tau. So next I have to do y of t minus tau also. Okay, understood? So y of t minus tau also I am doing this. One more diagram I am doing for this type of scenario. So listen carefully. If you understand this, all the typical problems you can do it easily. So t minus tau. What is the difference between minus tau and t minus tau? I have added t to minus tau so that I am getting t minus tau. So earlier diagram it was just tau. If I add t here, I will get t minus tau. So If I apply that concept, my x-axis values now will be changed. So my x-axis value is now not at origin, it is 0 plus t. You know why plus t? Why it is plus t? Because when I compare this amplitude and the new amplitude, the difference is t. That t I am including here. So 0 plus t. This 0 is now 0 plus t. Since it is plus t, I should not write at the origin itself. Now my origin is purely 0. Now one more variable is minus 2. So minus 2 plus t I have to write. Minus 2 plus t. Or I can write easily t minus 2. Any doubts in this? If you have any doubt, you ask me now only. You understood how now we are having 0 plus t and minus 2 plus t here? Is it clear?
Can you explain?
See, the amplitude in the second diagram. See, this is my first diagram. This is my first diagram. And this is my second diagram. In the second diagram, y of minus tau is the amplitude. Y of minus tau is the amplitude. I have taken the reflection. In the third diagram, this is my third diagram. Third diagram, I am finding y of t minus tau. T minus tau means how to get t minus tau from y of minus tau. So already I have y of minus tau in the second diagram. I want to get t minus tau. So I will add plus t here to this minus tau so that I will get inside the bracket t minus tau. Is it clear? So if I add the variable t, then even for the x-axis also I have to add the variable t. So x-axis in the second diagram, it is 0. So that 0 I will add with t. But I am changing the position. I am not doing at the origin itself. Can anybody tell me why I have changed the position 0 plus t? Can anybody?
T will be having some variable.
It is having some variable. Very good. It is having some variable because it is not purely 0 now. Okay. It is having some number t. T can be 1 or t can be 2. It is having some number. So I should not place 0 plus t in the origin itself. This is absolutely wrong. So I have moved the value of 0 plus t towards the left hand side of 0. Okay, so it is 0 plus t. Similarly, I have minus 2 in the second diagram. I have to add the t. So if I add t, it is minus 2 plus t. Instead of starting number with variable, I will write variable with number. So it is t minus 2. So between this new time scale, the amplitude remains same. That means the diagram is shifted now from the origin 0 to this. The amplitude is 4 only, but it is shifted. Is it fine? Up to this is fine. Without this, you will not understand. Shall I proceed further?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And one more thing, I told in the earlier problem, if one signal is finite itself, I will get more outputs. For example, I got in the earlier problem, I got 2 outputs. 2 outputs I got y of t. And here I have the time interval, you see, minus 2 to 0 in x of t and 0 to 2 in x of t. I have 2 time intervals here. And even my y of t also has minus 2 to plus t is one time interval and t to 0 is one more time interval. So accordingly, I may get more than 2 outputs. So finding that limits are important in this problem. So that's why I'm doing very, very slow. So now let me analyze. So what I want to do is, now I want to perform convolution of x of tau with this y of t minus tau. Because my formula, convolution formula, what it says, I have to perform convolution of x of tau with h of t minus tau. In place of h here, y of t minus tau. So in this problem, I am skipping the second diagram, y of minus tau. This y of minus tau, it is an intermediate diagram for me. Y of t minus tau is a final diagram. I am going to perform convolution of x of tau with y of t minus tau. Okay. So I think up to this, you are very much clear. So let me draw the two diagrams nearer so that you will understand it very clearly. So this is x of tau now. I am performing the convolution between these two. X of tau. So it is minus 2, 0, 2. So you write the symbol convolution. Now I want to draw the complete output in the complete diagram. See, listen here. My x of t is over here, minus 2, 0, 2. So my output is here. Y of t, x of t output is here. So when I convolute, then I will write my y of t minus tau in this position. So you are going to tell me why like this. T minus 2 and 0 plus t. So when I combine it, I will get the graph like this. Because 0 plus t is greater than this 0. And t minus 2 is also greater than this minus 2. Okay. So since it is at the negative side, my t can be minus 3. If it is minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5. So obviously my y of t minus tau diagram will be drawn after my x of t. That means towards the left hand side. Do you have any doubts here? I have drawn the diagram without any overlapping. I have proved why it is like this. Any doubts in this? X of tau, this is y of t minus tau. So when you perform the convolution, you do not get any common time interval. You will not get common time interval. And when you convolute like this, will you get any output? Can anybody? Will you get any output? Do you have any common timings?
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
So can I write my output y of t is equal to 0 here now? So the meeting may get disconnected. Once it is disconnected, join back immediately. We will complete this problem. It is a lengthy problem. Okay. So you write now y of t is equal to 0. The condition I will continue in the next meeting. What condition? Y of t is equal to 0.